Hey YouTube, Mrs. CP here from thecouponprepper.com. I just wanted to go over some of the things that I picked up today. And if you're a prepper, you don't really shop like a regular person does. I don't want to say normal because we're all normal. It's just we're different. That's a good way to put it. We're different. Normal but different. So when I go shopping, I'm always looking at clearance items and trying to think of things I could use those clearance items for my preps, and especially if you can find some good clearance items and match them up with coupons, it makes an even better deal. Like today I had a 20% off coupon at Big Lots. If you didn't know, they have a loyalty card there. Once you make so many qualifying purchases, I think it's like $20 or more, and I think it's like 5 purchases, I think. Don't quote me on it. But you'll get a 20% off coupon, and they also do days where they'll do 20% off coupons as well. So I decided to swing by Big Lots. I also went to we have a store called Ollie's. Their slogan is good stuff cheap. So I just swung by there just to see what they had available, and I also went to Aldi's. So I'll go over what I got at each store. I went to Aldi's, and they actually had some instant non-fat dry milk for, I think they were like $5 a piece, which isn't really that bad of a price, seeing how the big ones I get at Sam's Club are like $19, and they're probably the equivalent of 2 or 3 of these boxes, so it's not a bad price at all. I also picked up a container of yogurt there for like $1.50, and it was the big quart-size yogurts that I'm actually going to be using to make Greek yogurt from, and I'll just end up freezing the rest of them. That's why I actually got the ice trays, so I could freeze the rest of the yogurt so it doesn't get eaten by everyone else. And then so I went to Ollie's and I got these, which are disposable deep grill toppers. You can put them on top of grills, and they've got the holes in them. And they were 99 cents each for a pack of 2, so I mean that's not too bad. I always recommend stocking up on some of those just because they're always good to have if you're out of power and you're going to be cooking outside a lot. And then my biggest trip was probably Big Lots because of the 20% off coupon. I got a cast iron Dutch oven, which I needed a new one, and it's heavy. It's definitely cast iron, and so it'll get a lot of good use, and it's good for cooking outside as well. And then of course I got the ice trays, which I told you about. And because my region, our planting, I actually have to start seeding for my garden next month, so I decided to pick up some gardening things because it's mid-January, and today it's 80 degrees where I'm at. It's absolutely gorgeous. I wish I could start seeding now, but I'm gonna wait until next month. But I also picked up some of these. These are actually good to have on hand. They've got a really long shelf life. They're in heavy-duty Mylar bags, and I dropped it. And so I just picked up a couple of these to try out to see if our family will like them, and if we do, then when I get another 20% off coupon, I'll head back and get some more. And my favorite deal was the candles, because they were on clearance in the Christmas section for 75% off. And there's 10 candles in them. I got the 3 packs that they had left. And candles are also a good thing to have on hand for a light source, so you don't have to always use up your batteries for flashlights and things like that. So you always want to have candles. And they've got emergency candles. They're little, or they're probably about half the size for a 10-pack at the Dollar Tree, or the dollar store. Yeah, the Dollar Tree, for $1 each. So those are good to have on hand as well. And of course I got some of the seed starting trays, because I can't find mine. We moved this year, so I can't find any of my seed starting trays. They may have gotten thrown away. So I just got 2 of those. And I actually got a little greenhouse to put on my back porch, because it never fails. Every year when I start my seeds, I'll move them outside and it'll frost. So I always end up having to bring them all back inside. So I decided to try out one of these little greenhouses with covers. And go figure, we have in the back of our property, it's not on our property, but we have a huge industrial sized greenhouse back there, and it belongs to our neighbors, but it hasn't been used in probably 5-10 years, and it still has like old grapevines in it, and it just needs to be cleaned up So I'm gonna see if maybe they'll let me move some of my seeds in there just to protect them from the frost, because it's not being used. So we'll see how that goes. But this is basically what I got today. I mean, just think about when you go out, just head over to the clearance sections, see what they have, see if there's anything that you could use for alternate uses for, like the aluminum trays. You always want to stock up on those, and then just always look out for good clearance items. I've gotten a lot of my preps from clearance sales and from garage sales, and I got a couple preps when we moved in, because some of the stuff that we moved in was still here, so we were able to get some pretty cool things. But I don't recommend just buying a house just to see if they have any cool preps in them. But that is all I have for you today, and so be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel. I'm going to go in and start dehydrating some pineapples and some fruit cocktail and making some jelly from the juice, so it should be fun today. And then tomorrow I'll be doing some grape juice. I've stocked up on some grapes at Aldi's. They had a pretty decent deal there for the grapes, so I'm going to put those in my steam juicer and see how making grape juice goes with that, so I can make some grape jelly without all the mess. But that's all I have, so happy prepping.